Howdy again everyone, and today I'm checking out the brand new Sigma 17mm f4 DG-DN-C, another design in their handy high quality I series of lenses, this time covering an ultra wide angle on full frame. It'll be for L mount and Sony E mount cameras. Its price will be £550 in the UK and probably about $600 in the US, and I'd like to thank Sigma UK for loaning me a sample copy for testing for a couple of weeks, although as usual this is a totally independent review. This is a lens with potentially loads of appeal, if it turns out to be any good of course. A very small, lightweight at 220 grams and high quality ultra wide angle prime lens is seriously useful for keeping in your kit bag when travelling or exploring landscapes to complement whatever zoom lens you might be using, and with a maximum aperture of only f4 it's clearly intended for landscape or cityscape work primarily, although if you're happy to boost up your camera's ISO you can of course shoot anything. An angle as gapingly wide as 17mm is great fun and occasionally pretty useful. Sigma's I series of lenses are known for their incredible build quality, and this thing is absolutely no exception. Everything is made of metal with smooth, tight tolerances across every aspect of its fit and finish. These really are the classiest feeling autofocus lenses available today. The rear mount is weather sealed, and Sigma advertised the lens as being dust and moisture resistant. At the rear there's an autofocus control switch and a lovely aperture ring which turns with gentle clicks every third of an f-stop. Some other Sigma lenses have switches to lock their aperture rings in or out of auto mode, or to toggle whether they click or turn smoothly. Unfortunately we don't see those here today. Then comes the focus ring, which turns incredibly smoothly and works very responsively with the focus motor. If you own this lens on L mount, then you can customize that focus ring to work in a linear way, which would be useful for video makers if you have the Sigma USB dock, that is. Talking about video work, the lens does display some moderate focus breathing here, although it's not really a big concern on such a wide angle optic. The lens's autofocus motor works silently, accurately and quickly, and if you shoot in autofocus continuous mode you get a further little speed boost, as usual on a Sony camera. The lens's front filter size is a small 55mm, and as well as a normal lens cap, it comes with one of Sigma's neat magnetic caps also. They're not for everyone though. It also comes with a beautifully machined little metal hood. The lens does not have image stabilization, but overall it's gorgeous build quality here, as usual for an I series lens, and a lovely compact size and weight, although I do wish there were a lock to keep the aperture ring either in or out of auto mode. Alright, more important than all of that is image quality. Let's start by testing it on a full frame camera, my 42MP Sony a7R III. In-camera corrections are turned on for this test. At f4, in the middle of the image, we immediately see razor sharpness and excellent contrast. Over in the corners, the image is just a little softer, with lower contrast, but there's still tons of detail being captured here. At f5.6, we see a little improvement, although f8 and f11 look essentially the same. Stop down to f16 or f22 to see image softness emerge due to diffraction. Overall though, it's a great performance on full frame for such a small lens, incredible sharpness in the middle and plenty of detail in the corners too. Now, this isn't a lens really intended for aps-c cameras, but just for the sake of completeness, here are some results from my 24MP Sony a5100 for you. At f4, again, we see razor sharpness in the middle and excellent image quality in the corners too. Stop down to f5.6 for even more sharpness and brightness and contrast in those corners. Nice! The lens stays this sharp down to f11, where a little softness emerges. So, even though using this lens would carry no advantage on an aps-c camera in terms of aperture over a standard zoomable kit lens, well, its image quality would certainly be a huge improvement. Anyway, let's go back to full frame, turn off in-camera corrections and look at distortion and vignetting. The lens projects a lot of barrel distortion and corners are very dark at f4. At f5.6 and f8 they brighten up though. Still, this is definitely a lens intended to be used with corrections, so keep them turned on. This lens has a secret bonus feature, an amazing minimum focus distance of only 12 cm, giving you fabulous magnification for smaller subjects. I love it. The further good news is that, at f4, close-up image quality is still very good, although admittedly a little softer than at normal distances. It's topped down to f5.6 and it does sharpen up though. Now, let's see how the lens works against bright light. Another clean bill of health here. Small glass elements and careful work from Sigma's Ghostbuster team of engineers mean that the lens exhibits little flaring and high contrast. Now, let's see about chroma levels. Even more good news. On bright points of light in the image corners, we don't really see any chroma, even shooting at f4. Let's zoom out and look for sunstars. You have to stop down to f16 for those to begin to emerge, and at f22 they finally crystallize, but could have been better there. Shoot close to your subject for a bit of background separation with this lens, but not much. Overall, the quality of this lens's bokeh easily gets a pass. It looks nice and soft to me here. And, well, that's it. The Sigma 17mm f4 DG-DN-C is probably the neatest little ultra-wide-angle lens I have ever tested in pretty much every way. It is perfect for photographers on the go who don't want some big, expensive ultra-wide-angle zoom lens, but who do want very high quality. Oh, and I love that close focus ability, which I would love to see on all ultra-wide-angle lenses. It's certainly a little on the pricey side, but considering the great image quality and beautiful build quality, as well as its usefully small size, you are certainly getting what you pay for, so this lens comes highly recommended. Oh man, I wish we'd start seeing Sigma lenses on Canon RF cameras. Come on Canon, get with the program please, you're annoying your customers by banning third-party lenses. This thing would be lovely on my EOS R5. Anyway, thanks for watching, and a special thanks to all my supporters over on Patreon who are making a big difference to me keeping this channel trucking on. Supporters over there get all kinds of exclusive bonus content and early access to my more exciting reviews, so check it out and ciao for now everyone.